So welcome to my first main episode. I'm still not sure what opening remarks I should be using. Hello party people, welcome to the madhouse, or hello and welcome to another day in paradise. Either way, let's get into this. I'd love to say ta-da, but unfortunately this really isn't that type of update. For those that wondered, this is what £5,500 of heritage panels really looks like. I've spent the last few weeks pushing and pulling panels, make sure it would fit, so I could start welding. But I've been having big problems getting the window and the scuttle panel to basically line up with the side panels. They just really wouldn't fit, and it completely throws out the how the front end lines up. So basically I started thinking there was something wrong with the jig, or I'd bitten off more than I can chew, as the datums were becoming really untrustworthy. I'm sure there won't be the last crisis in confidence, but I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't up for a challenge to learn new skills. I'm sure I won't be the last to feel this way, so I just basically had to figure a way, dig myself out of the hole. I dug myself. I'd like to say a big thanks to Dean at Classic Car Revivals. I've seen a YouTube video where they basically put another Mini together on a select jig. I reached out to him for some advice, and ultimately if I got really stuck, take the bits up and ask him to stick the skateboard together. With his advice, turns out that it was the jig, or not or the car that I made the jig from wasn't entirely straight. But if you'd seen the previous video, you'd probably understand a little bit more why. Also, I emailed BMH asking if it would be possible to have a quick chat with someone that assembles their shells, and met with just total static, nada. So BMH, love you lots, and next time can I have a reach around instead. The issue turned out to be the pitch of the front subframe. It was too high by about an inch, and the front was then pushing the top of the bulkhead out where it meets the bottom of the window. Lowering that brought the type of relief that only someone who's queued for a loo at Glastonbury would feel. So now it's ready for actually sorting it out. It only seems fitting that I show you this next. So, taking the parts off the side, taking the roof off, as you can see I've taken most of the panels off. Basically, now I know where everything fits and they will line up properly. The jig itself was nearly right. Down here where the front of the subframe, was a bit too high from the old Mini that I made the jig from. Don't know why, don't know whether it was in some sort of a prang and it had bent the subframe up, but in any case, once I brought this down, all of these just came into line and it was absolutely perfect. So now it's basically all the return edges of the panels I want to strip back to bare metal, rust them, or anti-rust, and then zinc prime each of them to make them so I can get the edges ready for welding. I'll also probably have to punch quite a lot of holes in these parts just to make sure that they all fit up. But yeah, I also want to get in here, clear all the e-coat off, rust proof all of this, zinc prime it, and also use a load of seam sealer on this stuff to make sure that doesn't rust. I'll just get as far as good a job as I can to give it as longevity as I can. It might see me out. And also, yeah, with the rear section. So that'll be the next part. I don't know whether you'll be interested in just watching me do return edges, because there's quite a lot of them to do, but I might do a video of of the progress I'll make anyway. But yeah, cheers.